Good morning, everybody. Snowbird Gardener here with the full garden tour, middle of May. Here I've got some seeds planted that will go to Arizona. Here I've got the basil. It's going to seed. Right here. Yeah. The aloe plants have done a wonderful job helping to clean the air inside the house at night. Green onions that I got from the store and planted last fall are kind of at the end. They've been going to seed, so I've stopped watering them and I'm just going to let them dry out and see what kind of bulbs we can get underground. Patio tomato, lots of little blossoms. Golden tomato. It's a little bit taller plant, but both are good for containers. This one's got a lot of blossoms on it too. Ooh, we ate one of these zucchinis last night and it was delicious. I just cut it and steamed it. Didn't have to put anything on it. The flavor was perfect. We've got a female flower going this morning. Oh, wait a minute, that's not a female. That's a male. See, I can tell because of the, right here, right behind the flower, underneath the flower. See, there's no little fruit. Now on this one, got pollinated a couple days ago. So you can see it's the female one because it has the fruit right behind the flower. Oh, that's cool. All right, I was just thinking that was a female. But this one below it is a female. It was opened yesterday. And again, you can see the fruit here. That's how you know if it's a female plant, female flower or a male flower. Okay, here we've got the raspberry corn. It's supposed to have a purple colored cob. And look what we got at the top. Got the pollination part already coming out. I always look for flea beetles on my corn plants. They're tiny little beetles and they look like fleas. They're a little bigger than a flea and they don't jump as much as a regular flea that you would see on a dog. Here we've got the nadapeño. Now it had some aphids originally and I sprayed it with a little mixture of, I'm trying to think of the exact formula. I think it's 5%, no, 5 parts water, 1 part hydrogen peroxide. And that got a bunch of them. But I also just rub my fingers along the underside of the leaves, just in case there's one. In case there's a stray aphid under there. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We had really hot weather for a couple days, and peppers like the hot weather. Okay, this tomato is the 4th of July tomato, and it is a regular size plant. We've got one here. Look at that. It's supposed to be ripe and ready to eat by the 4th of July, which is perfect because that's when I do my snowbird travel to Arizona. I'll show you what's going on up here along the driveway. I planted some Palo Verde a couple years ago. This one is still surviving. I put the lace around it with posts to keep the bunny rabbits off. I got one more back here that the bunny rabbits got to. I munched it way down. Well, one of my neighbors was trimming a tree and I asked her, can I have some of those leaves? So I brought these leaves down here, put them all around these two Palo Verdes, and we'll see if that's able to hold just a little bit of moisture in there. Anyway, also we got this little oak tree down here. Oak tree volunteer. Oh, there's Buddy. There's Buddy. He's such a good garden dog. And oleanders are in bloom. Pink in the front, red in the back. The volunteer pine trees along the shed are growing pretty big. There's another one over here. Oh, that does get a little bit of sun this time of year. Look at that. Cute little trees, huh? And bottle brush is just blooming like crazy. During the hot part of the day, there are gobs of bees out here. So wonderful. Oh, and on the hillside here by the driveway, there's a little tiny pine tree. Volunteer, look at that. I hope it keeps growing. I got a timer that I put on the faucet here, and this will water the lower level. So that hose comes down to this splitter, and I've got it split here 3 ways, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-way splitter, and then I've got a 2-way splitter hooked onto there. So I can water all the trees down here all at the same time. Well, let's see what's going on down here on the lower level. The Meyer lemon. The Washington orange. The brown turkey fig. The Blenheim apricot. Potatoes. Still growing strong. Fennel. Baby corn. Just took off during this hot weather spell we had the last few days. And inside here we've got parsley. We've got an array of things in this bucket. Garbanzo, lentils, a palm tree, and some purple beans. I think there's there, yeah. You can see the blossoms in there. Such a pretty color. Next, we've got a maximum sunflower. Ooh, getting tall. Ooh. The patio tomato here on the lower level is doing really well. Look at all the little tomatoes we've got here. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. See, a bunch of them here, huh? Cutie pies. Should be delicious. Now, the only difference between this patio tomato and the one up on the upper level is that this one's got a black container. And I just have a strange suspicion that the plants do better in a black container than they do in the white. Just an observation I've made over the 5 years I've been growing in buckets. And the only other difference down here is that there's a little bit more air, it's a little cooler, and it gets more sunshine. So, interesting. Next, we've got a big sunflower, and I think it's getting ready to have its blossom. Got it in here with some dill. Oh, I love to come and just get a little sprig of dill and wash it off and put it in whatever I'm cooking up in the kitchen. Okay, flowers, yay, flowers from our mixed flower packet. Bachelor button. Prettier bachelor button. I like the vivid colors. But the other one is nice too. More dill. Got a garbanzo bean in with the dill. Mexican sunflower. This is the one that gives off the orange blossoms. Can't wait to see them. And we got our big old honey bear. Yay! Let's look up here and see what it thinks about. Let's see here. What it's thinking about. Do sunflowers think? Anyway, I think it's getting ready to have its blossom. Yay! Cucumbers. Several blossoms in there. Had some flea beetles on it. Sprayed them also with the hydrogen peroxide solution. Beans, the yellow beans. We ate some last night. They were delicious. Again, I just washed them, cut them, steamed them. That was it. No mayonnaise, no salt, nothing. Just delicious yellow beans. Maximum sunflower. Scarlet runner beans. They're doing a good job running up this tomato cage, huh? Pretty. First time I've grown these. Their seed is huge. It's like about, I don't know, it's about an inch big. It's a big seed. There's a garbanzo bean in there. And I think there's a lentil on this side. Yep. Next we have another cucumber. Doing well. Got some blossoms down there underneath. Here we've got a purple bean. This one just amazes me. Look at this huge leaf. Yep, and it's getting blossoms down in there. I think there's one little tiny bean you can see starting right there. Here we've got the small yellow corn. It's got a bunch of ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ears. And then it has one stalk up here. It has the pollen. Pretty cool. It did get a little munched on by the flea beetles. You can see right here. I don't know if you can see, but anyway. So I sprayed that with the hydrogen peroxide. Seems to slow them down anyway. Another Mexican sunflower. And here we've got the tiny Tim tomato. Let's see here. There we go. Got a lot of blossoms. Cute. And we've got the other wildflower pot. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blossoms there. One of these looks to me like a marigold. We'll see when it blossoms. Okay, here we've got the frost peach. It's doing really well. I made the cage bigger so I didn't have to bump up against the cage all the time. And I think it's a happy camper. Here we've got the alpine strawberry. And I think we got, yesterday I noticed there was a blossom in here. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So we'll have strawberries pretty soon. They are yummy. This one's got a garbanzo bean growing in here. Okay, got a chance to get all of the corms of saffron out of these buckets. Look at this. A volunteer ice plant. Just showed up, you know. I try to get ice plant to grow on my hillsides all around here all the time. And here one grows as a volunteer. Okay, well there's Buddy. He's growing in the garden. He likes to sniff around and smell where all the little creatures have been all night long. He loves it. Yep, smells every inch to see what was here. Well, that's it for our garden tour, mid-May 2025. I'll see you again next time. Jesus loves you. He's the exact image of the invisible God. Adios.